Welcome to Week 3, Lesson 2 from my book, Learn to Read Hebrew in 6 Weeks. If you want to get a copy of the book, you can go to my website, learnhebrew.tv, or you can get it on Amazon. If you do go to my website, please sign up for the email list. I send out fun things from time to time, and I'll let you know if I'm going to do more classes about, more fun stuff in the future. Let's get started. Today, we're starting with the letter Mem. Mem is a really unique letter and very easy to remember. It sounds like the letter M, and it looks just like a mountain. You see the little guy with planted his flag on the mountain? It's one of my favorite letters. This is what it looks like in the text. And here's a great way to remember it. Mem is one of the few letters that has a final version, meaning when the mem is at the end of a word, only when it's at the absolute end of the word, it's shaped a little bit differently. This is the final mem. If you'll remember from Week 3, Lesson 1, we learned the samech, and the samech looks very similar to the final mem. So what we wanted to stress with the samech is that it's circular. The final mem has corners on the bottom. It's a more square letter. Let me find the samech so that I can show it to you again, so that you can see a comparison of the samech and the mem. Here it is. This is the samech. It's very circular. And this is the mem. It looks quite the same except for the bottom corners. Now the final mem is only at the end of a word also. And our next letter for today is the letter tet. The letter tet makes the sound of the English letter T. And it's easy to remember because it's got this nice tail that comes around. It's the only letter that has a tail like that. So I tried to make a picture of an animal with a tail to help you remember tet. This is the least successful of my letters. I apologize. This is a dinosaur or something. I'm not really sure what this is. But it's, you got to try to remember that. Tet looks like a tail. All right, now we're going to start reading. We have our kuf from last week, looks like a key, and our a vowel, ka, our tet with the tail, ta, and our final letter, nun, that's getting hammered down, katan, katan. Katan means small. Now we haven't used this vowel a lot. We're going to use it here. We have our kuf that looks like a key, k, and our e vowel, e. Ke, our mem that looks like a mountain. You see there's a little flag planted at the top. A, ke, ma. And our last letter, the house without a hole. You're going to make that choky sound. I hope you've been practicing. Ke, mach. Kemach. Kemach means flour. Flour like the wheat flour or buckwheat flour, whatever flour, but not flowers like beautiful, nice smelling field of flowers. Flour like, wheat. This is a really useful word. Short, cute, and useful. A mem looks like a mountain, and our A vowel, and our breathy hey, house with a hole. Ma. Ma. Ma means what? Ma means what? And here's another cute little one. This is something that you've been saying probably your whole life. Not right. Here we're going to learn the correct word. Mem looks like a mountain, and our A vowel, and our final letter nun looks like a nail getting hammered down. Man. Man. Man is the Hebrew word for manna. And we have it in Exodus chapter 16, verse 15. The second word from the end. Vayir'u b'nei Yisrael v'yomru ish el achav manhu. And the children of Israel saw it, and they said to one another, it's man. See it right up there? And our last word for today. Mem looks like a mountain, and our A vowel, ma. And if you'll remember from last week, we learned that this sounds like an eh. So we've got our tet that has a tail, and we've got a little mark here that we're going to ignore because it has nothing to do with the pronunciation of the word. And our eh vowel, and the letter hey looks like a house with a hole. So we've got ma, te, mate. Mate means a staff or a stick. And we have that in Exodus chapter 7, verse 12. Vayivlo mate Aaron et matotam. And Aaron's staff swallowed their staff. It's the second word in that verse. And that is it for week 3, lesson 2. We are halfway through learning to read Hebrew.